What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Chris Albert here with the Warrior Soul Podcast, and today I'm going to give you 3 tips to increase your energy throughout the day. Super important. I'll tell you why in a second. But first, if you're not listening to the Warrior Soul Podcast, you need to be listening to that show. We empower U.S. military veterans and anybody else willing to listen. That means if you're not a veteran, the show is still for you to live their best lives. And we do that by delivering tools, tactics, strategies, and ideas to help you to become wiser, stronger, smarter, more resilient, and more capable human beings. And each week, I'm speaking to somebody who's a lot smarter and more accomplished than I am. I've had Robert Greene on the show, the author of the 48 Laws of Power. I've had on Ben Greenfield, really famous trainer, celebrity trainer. He runs a really awesome podcast. I've had on Mr. G. Michael Hoff, who is a post-apocalyptic novelist. He's got this amazing series out there called the New World Series, and so many more guests. So if you're not listening to that show, please make sure you do. Plus, on top of that, I'm delivering fitness tools, I'm delivering mindset tools, I'm delivering productivity tools, pretty much anything that's going to help you to live your absolute best life. And that's in addition to all the content that I'm putting out here on YouTube. So please head over to iTunes, subscribe to the show, make sure you subscribe to me here on YouTube, and I promise you, you will not regret it. So let's get back to the subject at hand. When we're talking about energy, what am I talking about? Well, I am talking about being present and clear-minded through your day. And here's the thing, and this goes back to my basic philosophy of living. We do not have that long to live here on this earth, right? If we're lucky, we get 70 to 100 years here, right? If we're lucky, but you never know. Now, here's the big thing about that. Because we don't have that long to live our lives, we need to make sure that we're living the best we can every single day. And if your energy is low, if your eyes are sunk back into the back of your head, if you're so tired and you're moody and you just aren't carrying your best self to everything you're doing, well, then you're really wasting a lot of time, because you need to be present. You need to be present in order to show up as your best self. You need to be present to be there for your family, for your friends, for your kids, for your wife, for your husband, whoever it is. You need to be present so that you can do the best job possible for your work, your career, your business. And these tips, they're so simple, they're not going to cost you anything, and you can implement them immediately after this video. Like, I'm talking within minutes. So simple, all right? So what's the first one? The first one is to hydrate. Make sure you're drinking at least half your body weight in fluid ounces of water, plus an additional 10 ounces every single day. Now, a lot of people don't like to drink water. A lot of people don't like the taste of water. I don't get that, because water tastes like water. It doesn't taste like anything. I get that if you're drinking tap water, a lot of times it can have an off taste. Now, I've found a solution for that, because I don't get my water bottled or shipped in. It's super expensive to buy water out here in California. So what I've done is I've bought this really awesome tool. It's called a Life Straw. And what it's got a filter in here, right? It's got a charcoal filter that filters out all of the awful stuff that you get from tap water, right? And it's one of the strongest filters out there on the market. And essentially what you do, you fill it up and you just suck through the straw. Awesome stuff, right? You can take this thing anywhere. You could actually use it on streams and lakes if you're hiking or something like that. But just a great tool to get more water in, and it's super portable, super convenient. And I'm not affiliated with them. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that where I'm going to get a commission, but it's just something that is absolutely great for you if you wanted to use it to get more water in. So drink enough water, half your body weight in fluid ounces, plus an additional 10 ounces for physical activity. The other thing you should do is make sure that you're getting enough minerals in your diet. Now, I don't want to overcomplicate that, because we can go into all the different minerals that you need and things like that. It can be as simple as getting some natural salt. I like to use Himalayan pink salt and sticking that in some of the water that you're drinking, right? Every morning, what I'll do is I'll take some water and I will put 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and then I'll stick a pinch of Himalayan pink salt into the water, and that helps me to get a bunch of minerals. And then normally I'll stick a pinch of that salt in with every liter of water that I'm drinking. The reason why I do that is because minerals help you to hold on to your water. They help you to utilize your water more efficiently, right? And a lot of us, we might be drinking water, but if we're not getting enough minerals, it's basically like a washout for our body. We're washing out all those minerals, and we're going to get the same symptoms of low energy and dehydration, all right? Hydration is so important for your physical performance. It's so important for your mental performance. It's important for fat loss. It's important for muscle building. Every single reaction that happens in your body happens in the medium of water. So make sure you're doing that. Now, next tip, and this is a kind of counterintuitive tip, all right? A lot of people are taught that they should eat most of their carbs early in the day, right? A lot of people are taught that. That's a huge, conception that people have. I have found benefits from doing the opposite. I eat almost all of my carbohydrates at dinner time, right? And during the day, I am in a low carb, low insulin state. Now, why do I do this? Well, it's to get better mental energy. You see, here's the thing. If you're eating a bunch of carbohydrate, and you're eating a bunch of big meals earlier in the day, essentially what you're doing is you're spiking your insulin, right? And a lot of people look at insulin as a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. What it does is it helps to allow nutrients to travel to where they need to go, to your muscles, right? It helps glycogen to get into your muscles. And if you didn't have insulin, if insulin didn't work properly in your body, well, your blood sugar is going to go up, right? But insulin's job is to bring your blood sugar back down to baseline. So a lot of times what will happen is you'll get your carbs in, and your insulin will go up, and then all of a sudden your insulin comes out and it clears out that blood sugar. And what happens when that happens? Well, your energy starts to dip, right? Because you're lowering your blood sugar, right? So big piece of advice that I have is to try to keep your insulin steady through the earlier part of your day, right? Don't try to do anything to spike your insulin. Don't eat a bunch of donuts. Don't eat a bunch of sugar. Definitely not. But also, if you're eating a bunch of like white rice or bread or anything like that earlier in the day, that could do it too. So that's a real simple tip. Just switch your carbohydrate intake to later in the day. And that also really helps because by that point you've trained, you've gone through your day, you've done a bunch of physical activity, and it's going to replenish the glycogen that you've lost, right? So you can really leverage your carbs to help you out there. Another thing is coffee. I don't drink coffee first thing in the morning. I drink it 2 hours after I've woken up. And that's because the same thing happens with caffeine, right? When you're waking up, you're secreting a lot of cortisol. You are really, that cortisol is there to help you to wake up a little bit, right? That's why it's there. Cortisol is not a bad hormone. It helps us to feel wakefulness, right? And again, it's also called the stress hormone. That's why people think it's bad, but it helps us to wake up every day. If you're just drinking coffee, a pound of coffee or caffeine right when you're waking up, you're wasting all that cortisol. So drink your coffee a little bit later in the day, and that'll help you to utilize that cortisol more effectively, and it'll allow that caffeine high to extend a little bit further into your day, into the afternoon, so that you're not getting a huge caffeine crash before the afternoon hits. Now, finally, another big tip, and this is a really simple one. People will think it's hard, but get more physical activity in during your day. Now, I'm not talking leaving work early to go to the gym or anything like that. What I'm telling you is this: get up every hour and move. Do a set of squats, do a set of push-ups, do a set of lunges, right? Keep a kettlebell, maybe do a few swings. Getting more physical activity in throughout your day can actually help you to increase your energy levels, right? It can help you to steady out your blood sugar, to secrete less insulin, and that can really help you to feel so much better, all right? Beyond that, of course, there's making sure that you're getting adequate sleep, which I've talked about extensively in other videos. I've got a really great show coming out on Monday with Doc Parsley that's going to teach you how to optimize your sleep. So definitely check that out. If you guys have any questions about this at all, please let me know. I'm here to help you out. I will put links below where you can check out more of my content. And if you're interested in working with me on a one-on-one basis, I am taking clients. So with that, guys, make sure you're checking out the Warrior Soul podcast. Make sure you like this video, share it out, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe to the podcast over on iTunes. And I'll talk to you all very soon.